Good morning. It is Thursday. It's the 28th of December, and our reading is from Matthew 29, or excuse me, Matthew 2, 9 and 11. After listening to the king, they went their way. Behold, when the star they had seen in the east went on before them, until it came to rest over a place where the child was. And they came into the house, and they saw the child with his mother Miriam, and they fell down and worshipped him. Then, opening their treasures, they presented to him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Now, I could get into a whole lot of different things from this passage, but just make a couple of points here. First of all, notice that when these wise men were probably of the school of science that Daniel was over in Babylon, saw the star, they traveled to where the baby was, and it took them almost 2 years. So they weren't there at the manger, and the verse is very clear. They came to them when they were in a house. Secondly, we don't know how many there were, considering the chaos they created in Jerusalem when they went to see Herod. It's more likely they were a very large group. The reason people would come up with three is because there were three gifts. But anyway, but the real message here is that they, unlike the locals, really went out of their way to see this king that they had been anticipating or had been projected by Daniel and had been taught about in their school for an extensive period of time. And so they had to travel quite a distance. We know it was 2 years later because when Herod decided he needed to kill Jesus, he was killing babies 2 years old and younger. So it was at least 2 years, maybe a bit less, but it was a long time before they got there. And the real message is that wise men still seek after him, that they still look towards learning who he is. And remember, the wise from God's perspective are the foolish of the world. The wise from the world's standpoint are more like Herod. They're still not looking for him because they're smarter than he is, because they're smarter than God. But many people are still looking, and we're blessed in having the opportunity to share these truths with them. So, if the Lord gives you an opportunity today, go right ahead. Meanwhile, have a pleasant day, have a quiet day, and usually the week between Christmas and New Year's is pretty quiet. And accordingly, I'll see you again tomorrow.